What's up, all our loners out there? This is episode number 14. Roll that intro.
You're so goofy, I swear to God.
That's good, right? All right. Anyway.
You're so goofy. Babe, you need to get new clothing.
What?
Look.
Stop.
It's so annoying.
We're back. Wait, what's the thing where you go like... Phew?
Oh, you gotta cover the whole lens.
I know. We're back. We're back, people. And Linda's telling me I need to get new clothing because a hole in my shirt.
I bet if you go look at Brian's Instagram, you will not see him wearing more than like 3 shirts in all of his feed.
You know what? I don't like having a lot of options of clothing because then I don't have to think about what I wear.
You don't like having clothing, period. You'd walk around naked if you could. It's true. I would say about 70 to 80% of your t-shirts I have purchased for you.
Thank you.
Against your will. Not even because you told me to. I would just come home and be like, you need some new clothing. So we need to go get...
All right. I could use like a couple more shirts. I got one shirt that I actually liked. It's like an athletic shirt, or what do you call it? I don't know what you call those.
Like a dry fit?
I guess, yeah.
I think it was.
I like that one. Yeah.
Well, hello, welcome. It is officially summer since when? When was summer? January, February, March.
I feel like July, the beginning of July.
April, May. I thought it was May. Or was it June?
Maybe. June was...
I'm only saying it's officially summer because it actually feels like summer now. Unfortunately, we don't have an air conditioner in our apartment complex. That is like the biggest downfall.
Yeah, but luckily, like, we were in Palmdale this weekend. It won't ever get as hot as Palmdale.
Yeah, my sister, we were there for her birthday.
Her dirty 30. And it is disgustingly hot. It was 103, and we all kind of went swimming, and that helped a lot. But yeah,
I just felt like I was getting roasted.
Yeah, it was too hot.
And she has AC, but
it wasn't like I noticed.
Even the AC was struggling out there.
It couldn't keep up. All the places that we went to, like the store when we went to Albertsons, everywhere, the AC in those places couldn't keep up. You could tell like it wasn't like getting as cold as it should be.
So my sisters lived there for a while now. My brothers live there as well, and they've been there they've been there their whole life. Yeah. My sister's only been there for like a few years, but my brother was telling me, he's like, this is probably the hottest summer I've ever felt like that he can remember. So that's fun. And my nose is so itchy. My skin is so dry. I could feel it while I was out there. I could feel my skin getting more and more dry. And then I come back here and now I have like really chapped lips. And my eczema is flaring. I have cracks on my knuckles. It's not cute. And it happens so quickly, and then it takes like weeks for it to go away, which is so annoying. And it doesn't help that we don't have like a nice ventilation system here.
Yeah.
But
or that it's
fine.
It's summer starting.
We'll get through it. It's fine.
Yeah, we will.
Oh, my nose is so itchy. What?
Love you. All right.
Were you trying to intimidate me?
No.
That's not gonna work.
So you guys drop the comments down below how your week went, how your week is going so far. Let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Please subscribe. We get a decent, like, we'll get like a certain amount of views, and then like just literally it costs $0. Just
subscribe.
Hit that red button. Okay?
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
I'm gonna put that.
Please don't do
it's
that.
It's a Starsky and Hutch.
Have your moment. Go do your little.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna probably insert the video. I'm gonna insert the video.
Okay. You sound like a Nike ad.
Just
right?
do it.
God, I'm so dry. I feel like I'm comfortably dry right now.
Yeah.
Like on my face and my hands.
Sometimes it's nice actually to go in the car for the AC.
Literally, yeah. I'll just sit in there and roast. I couldn't even the other day, even when I was getting gas, I couldn't. Like, I just couldn't do it. It's this is first world problems.
I don't get as hot as you do, but it's because like I grew up in Texas where it's super hot.
Yeah.
And so
live there and like.
I know, but I think like even
saying.
Here I don't feel like super hot, even though it is hot. But
I think it's just because we don't have an air conditioning, and there are times where our apartment is more hot than it is outside.
Yeah.
And like a sauna, and then like particularly we were just speaking about like Palmdale, which is literally the desert. So it's not surprising.
Yep. Were you the one who told me that you saw that Google was doing that stock split thing?
Yeah.
You're right. Did you guys see their stock dropped like 95% in like a week? That's wild. They're supposed to be one of like the...
I feel like everything's going to...
But I don't know if there's some other like... Yeah, I don't know if there's a detail with the stock split that causes it to do that, and it's just part of what happened. I don't know. Maybe
like enough people bought the split, so then they thought they were going to cash out. Like maybe they made a quick buck and they cash... I don't know. I have zero idea how all that...
I don't know about like
works.
I still am learning about stocks and stuff more.
There's just too much to fill your brain with. You can't know everything, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's why people go to school to like learn all of that shit.
You don't even need to go to school to learn about that.
No, you don't. But I'm saying like that's why like when those people get like the like degrees in economics and finance, yeah. All right. So I was thinking we could do like a little part 2 to the Would You Rather that we did, except it's not really Would You Rather, but it's just like funny questions. So.
Oh, side note, I got a freaking ticket.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday, and I was just.
I appealed it. The Beverly Hills court. I sent it.
Fuck you, Beverly Hills cops, because you guys literally, like, you guys stalk people to give them tickets.
It wasn't even a cop.
I don't know, because the truck said police, but then above it said like traffic control. Oh. I don't care. All I know is that you guys suck. You guys really suck. It just gives me mall cop energy.
Yeah. You were in there for only like 5 minutes?
Yes, it's not fair.
Yeah, so I appealed it, and I wrote on it says you have to write like a written message to appeal it.
He said, I'm poor.
I said I had an emergency. I had to go into the store, and please don't do this to me. I'm broke.
Don't do this
I said, please don't do this to me. I'm poor. And so don't give me a ticket.
You're like, look at the car.
I just said, I said, you can't do this to me.
Yeah, I know.
I've actually put that in the writing.
Yes, I knew I shouldn't have parked there, but I didn't park there and like go shopping or go eat. Like, I don't even think it was more than 5, maybe 6 minutes.
No, I know. They're just like, that sucks. And it's I mean the car is under my name, so it's gonna be.
And my car's on my mom. My mom's car's under my name. We're just like,
I know.
So when she does shit, it affects me, and I'm like, fuck.
We'll get back to you. Whatever they imagine, the judge in the Beverly Hills courthouse is like, all right, he's broke. Fuck it, we won't give it to him.
He has long hair. Yeah, no.
They're not gonna see a picture of me.
It's a joke. Maybe they'll look you up and they'll see.
Well, I'm not in their system.
Does your new license have?
I've never been arrested here in LA.
Okay. Gosh, I'm saying, does your license? Is it with your long hair now? I can't remember last.
Yes. And like she did like a close up on my face. My face looks so fat. Stop.
You look like a little chubby boy.
All right.
Probably because you were a little bloated that day. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. So back.
Brian wants to play a game.
It's just like questions. It's pretty funny. I looked through a few of them. All right. Who is your spouse's favorite cousin?
You already know the answer to that. I don't know who your favorite cousin is because you don't talk. Brian doesn't talk to his like cousins like that.
Wait, who's your favorite cousin?
Who do you think? Let's be real. Who do I speak to every single day?
Oh, yep. A.
If you're watching this, you better be offended.
Alexis.
That even.
Who's my favorite cousin?
I don't know because his family's not boring. They just have little.
We don't really talk that much to each other.
There's just no spice, if you know what I mean.
We're
I'm like, come on, guys.
We're very white in the sense that. Well, I noticed that like families that aren't white, they force their kids to have communication with them.
What do you mean force their kids?
Like they're always contacting you guys, like.
Oh, you're saying
like
our
white families more separate each, and they're like, oh, we'll hear from you in a month or whenever you hear.
They're more respectful of your like.
I guess
of your time and freedom, whereas like. Some families like mine are just like
they feel
family over everything, and it causes so much drama.
They feel like you owe them the time.
Oh, my mom's family, they literally think that just because we're here because of them, that like it's a weird
whole life because of it.
Yeah. I'm like, I didn't ask to be here. First off, okay, and I didn't ask to be born in this crazy family either.
Yeah.
And my mom used to like, and I know she wasn't. She truly feels like this. She's like, every family has this type of stuff. And at first I was like, okay, yeah, I guess that's true. Like there's always crazier stuff that can happen in the family. And, like every family does have some type of like drama here and there.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Some just hide it better than others. That's it.
As I got older, I soon realized, no. This is a cultural thing. This is not every family. Like, y'all are fucking nuts. Like, genuine to the core, if I could tell you some of these stories, I would offend so many people because their dirty laundry would be out there.
I don't think...
you guys would... People would be shocked.
Yeah.
Like, if you knew me when we were, like, teenagers or a little younger... I don't know if we'd be together.
I mean, I get why when we first started dating, you didn't want me to meet your family.
My gosh. Wait, I have to tell. This is kind of funny. It's cute. Okay. So, Brian is obviously like a fuckboy before we met.
God, I was not.
That's just like the terminology. I'm not saying you were a
I wasn't like I didn't treat women horribly. I didn't
say you were a misogynistic incel. I said you were a fuckboy. You just wanted to put
just like
you wanted to put your wiener in a hole.
Yeah,
Am
but
I wrong?
I dated all the
You
chicks.
weren't I'm not saying you were sitting around like insulting women and like yeah. But you have to be honest, like you thought we were going to do it the first time we met and we didn't, right? He didn't believe me when I said I was a virgin when we met.
Yeah. I didn't.
But I was. FYI, I don't know if
because she was pulling me behind some store, making out like crazy.
He loves to tell this story as if like I was some floozy out there on the street.
Whoa. I was like, I can't do this yet. I need more time. Okay, continue.
So anyway, this is who Brian was when I met him. I didn't know all the details, whatever. Once we went up and down in our relationship, not even relationship, but like pre-dating. Right? Like we're talking before we actually became official.
Yes.
When we started to actually like each other a lot. And wait, how did your door close? Your shoe's blocking it.
It wasn't.
It was. Anyway, so I was like, okay, holy F. Like, I have to like, how am I going to like bring this up to my family that I have a boyfriend? So I kept him a secret for a little bit. For not even that long because he got mad. He's like, you're embarrassed of me. You don't want to tell anyone about me. But really, I was like, no, you don't get it. My family is fucking crazy.
When I met your family, I was like, could have gone a little longer without me.
Exactly. Okay. And when I think the first time you met like my family.
Yeah.
Was
your
when,
cousins, yeah.
I think it was like a Thanksgiving or something at my cousin Hanny's house.
Yeah, they were sitting upstairs, and I go upstairs, and they're just.
Let's just say this.
On the they're on the reclining couches, looking at me like they're fucking mobsters. I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, who is your family?
Yeah, so I went to my cousin's house for Thanksgiving, and him and I know like David was Tony there, and
I'm pretty
Michael
sure
was there.
Tony was there a lot.
So he has 3 brothers. My cousin, it's four guys, right? So I'm pretty sure they were all there.
I think so, yeah.
And they're like anticipating like Linda has a boyfriend, and like for most of my childhood, for lack of better like description, I was like the goody like, you know, I never got in trouble. I never did any alcohol, drugs like in high school. Like I was just very like straight edge and like
straight edge.
Yeah. Anyway, it sounds so weird.
Straight edge, bro.
So they're like, oh, you're bringing this dude. Like, who is he that you have to bring that you're bringing him around the family, right? Okay, great. So he comes up the stairs and I'm like introducing him, and you just see these like big ass dudes stand up, and I'm sorry, I would be intimidated if I didn't know them.
Well, David is like big. Well, the other ones are just.
I would say Mike looks intimidating.
Mike, yeah.
Like I wouldn't fuck with him if I was a dude.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 kind of like I would say I don't know, but like you just see these 4 dudes like just standing up like meeting you.
Yeah, I know.
Brian's like, you know, he's a little skater boy. So
and I said, see you later, boy.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, if he can get through today, then he should be decent. Like you'll be solid, I think. But yeah, I would say most of the chaotic drama, like crazy intense stuff that's like I could write a book about happened more when we were like kids and teenage years and stuff in our family.
Yeah.
But as we became adults and like the older people got too old to be, you know, inflecting.
Well, they probably also grew.
They still do it.
They grew out a little bit of their own stuff that they were.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where like they were together way too much when all the kids were younger because they were like acting like they wanted everyone to see each other and stuff, but it always just caused
drama,
chaos.
Well, I don't know. I think some older generations of families, they're
toxic.
Yeah. I mean, yes. I think like too many families, are. And they pour it out onto the lower generations because they don't know any different, and they think that's how it needs to be, like continuing on, like that mindset.
When you're a kid, from my experience, I always you couldn't tell me that adults weren't fucking perfect.
Yeah, I think every kid thinks that.
Yeah, you're like, oh no, my dad said this, my mom said that, so it's like a fucking hardcore fact.
Yeah,
you're not thinking, well, they're human, they have an opinion, they make mistakes just like us.
Well,
or they're a product of their circumstance. You're not thinking that till you become an adult, and you're like, oh wait, they're not perfect. Like they don't know everything. Like it's so weird. And I remember, like when I got my first like real like culinary job, the person I worked for, fucking lunatic, but she's very smart. I remember my coworkers and we would put her on such a pedestal that if she made a mistake, it was like Jesus making a mistake. You know what I mean?
You're like, I didn't think that this could happen.
Right. You're like, ooh. But like, everyone's human. You just, It was a tough pill to swallow, realizing, oh no, it doesn't have to be like this. Like, this is definitely like a cultural thing.
Yeah.
And then and then when I meet Brian's family, everyone's just like, so nice. So normal. I'm like, wait, normal people exist? I know that you guys have your own like history and stuff. Yeah, your sister has definitely opened up about that stuff. But,
I think it's, for me, I kind of knew my dad wasn't that great at a young age because the way he would discipline me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that whole generation of parents, like, it wasn't abnormal to, like, well, our camera stopped recording and we have
I have no idea where, so I'm going to have to just match it up. But
so, yeah, we were just Brian was basically just saying that, like, opening a can of whip ass was more common to happen to boys than to girls.
I mean, I would think, but then I'm sure it does happen to girls, but then it's also kind of like, it's weird.
It definitely does, but I get what you're saying. It's weird. It almost feels like
if a dad or a parent were to do more than just like a small spanking or something to say like stop, then on a girl.
I mean,
it's not even good to do it to a boy, but I'm saying.
I would see, and this is no shade like to anyone in my family. Like I don't say this to like degrade or downplay anyone's like emotions or like the person they are, because if I did, I would keep it off the internet. But like my mom and my sister would get in physical altercations like with each other, especially when Christina was in high school. It wasn't obviously when Christina is a child. She she had her little moments here and there like every kid does, but I would say when she was in high school and older, it would turn physical sometimes. I've seen like cousins even get to that point, but like I don't know. Those are like things that I don't think are as surprising in that generation as they would be today.
Yeah, I get you.
Because I feel like people are way more outspoken about those type of things than they used to be, especially because social media exists and you could share information super quickly.
Yeah, faster than ever, yeah.
Yeah.
It is true.
I also think that parents nowadays are taking parenting a lot more serious and are way more self-aware of how their actions and like just anything, the way they speak to the kids too, how it impacts them later.
I don't know. I see it both. I see both sides, because now I feel like parents just give their kids an iPad or a phone and just let them go over there, and they don't even actually like. They just give them that so that way they can just be distracted and they don't bother them.
I don't think that's everyone. I do think.
No, I'm not saying everyone, but I think a lot of people now are doing that. Yeah.
It's definitely common.
But that's just gonna create the kid. It's not gonna create a. It's not going to do anything beneficial for them as they get older. Yeah, I don't think so
either, because like we'd have to wait till we came home from school to like watch TV.
Yeah, it's almost going to create like an addiction to a phone or a device.
Yeah, like a
young age. It's just like habits you pick up at such a young age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how they turn out.
I was thinking that right now.
We'll see how they turn out when we're like 10 years from now.
Yeah, I kind of wonder how those kids are going to turn out. Like,
I don't know. They're probably not going to be able to pay attention to one thing for a long time at all.
Just the amount of time I've spent on TikTok in the past like year and a half or two, because I deleted it for a while and then I re-downloaded it. Holy shit! You can literally just keep.
You go down like a rabbit hole.
Yeah, you can just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and like, it's insane. It's so. Are you okay?
Yeah,
are you burping? Yeah, I don't know. It's wild that you.
It is. I mean, I think it's designed to do that, but yeah.
Yeah. It is definitely. Yeah. It's like instant. It's like a slot machine of content.
Yeah.
You're just like, okay.
You gotta keep scrolling until you find the ones you like.
Video.
Yeah.
Because you saying one more video, it's not like you're committing to watching like a 20-minute YouTube video. You're watching a like possibly 1 minute long video at most.
Yeah, but when you watch 20 of those 1 minute videos, then you're done at that YouTube video.
It's like chips.
Yeah.
You know, it's like just one more.
Yeah,
maybe a couple more.
I know.
Like that's what it feels like.
That's why I had to take away those hot Cheetos from you last night.
No, you took them away because you didn't want me eating more because you wanted them for yourself.
No. All right.
I regret
let's continue. I know. I never liked hot Cheetos before.
Oh yeah, we were playing a game. Sorry.
Right.
Okay. Wait, let me see. How was your first fist?
I know. I read that too.
I thought it said fist fight.
I read on the comment while I was sitting here.
How was
I was
your
like,
first fight
if a fist fight was resolved, it's like what?
Talking about how a first fight was resolved can bring up bond memory. Blah, blah. I don't know when my first fight was. I don't know if they mean physical. I've never been.
No, they're talking about with each other, babe. Like how was our first argument or something?
Okay, are we gonna talk about?
I don't remember our first argument. Was it when I ghosted you?
Yep. This was our first unofficial argument because we weren't labeled yet.
Yeah.
But listen. If Brian and I started dating during like nowadays, I don't think I would have done this because I would have been like, because now dating is like people are on apps and like social media dating, whereas like I don't think it's as uncommon to get ghosted or whatever. Like men nowadays are a little bit more desensitized to how they should treat women, and women are desensitized to how they should receive love from men.
100%.
Just an opinion.
I mean, I think so too.
Back then, I was like, first off, I know where you live, and you're not far. I can get to your house on a skateboard in less than 5 fucking minutes. So if you're gonna ghost me, like, just tell me. Like, just tell me I'm not interested. You have my number. I literally live right by you. Like, I'm gonna see you whether I want to or not around the area. So you might as well just not be stupid about it. Granted, we were young, so there's that. But
that was funny.
It was not a fight. It was just a small argument. We were talking here and there. It wasn't anything serious yet. And then we made plans to hang out. And then instead of just literally saying, hey, just lie. Say I'm sick. Say, hey, I totally forgot I have something else to do. Say my sister asked me to do this. Like, just lie if you really can't hang out or you don't want to. Or be honest and be like, not interested. But I guess that wasn't the reason. The reason you want to say it or me?
I was broke.
This motherfucker. No, get it.
I was young and
we were going to go ice skating.
I was working at fucking PF Chang's as a waiter.
Yeah, I know. We were teenagers. So, I came over and I was like, yo, what the hell? Like, why wouldn't you just hit me up and say something? Like, don't ignore me. And then, he's like, I'm sorry. Like, I wanted to, like, be able to pay for you. And I'm like, okay, well, first off, I can pay for myself. I'm not saying let's hang out so that I can get a free date out of this. Although, that would have been a good idea. No, I'm kidding. And it was cheap. Like, we were going ice skating. It was like $12 a person. And you're like, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, we'll just say that next time because it would have been fine if you had said that. I would have either paid or I would have been like, okay, let's just hang out somewhere. It's not the big deal.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that was like a fight, but that was our first like argument.
Yeah, something.
Right?
Yeah, I think so. Let's move on to the next one.
You're like, okay, next question.
Who farts the loudest? No, I don't. You do.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You fart the loudest.
I do not. I have silent but deadly farts.
Yeah, you do.
He has loud,
they are loud
but deadly farts.
How many hours does your spouse sleep?
Oh, wait, side note. Hold on. And I will warn him. I'll be like, oh, crap. Or I'll go
warn
away.
You too.
No. Yours sounds like a damn volcano eruption, and you just do it right next to me, and I'm like, do you hate me?
Lie.
Do you hate me? Okay, sorry. How many hours does your spouse sleep?
You sleep more than me.
No, I don't.
You do.
No, I don't. I fall asleep later than you. I have insomnia. Like, I go through spells of, like, not being able to sleep for, like, 3 or 4 days straight, more than, like, 2 hours a night, if that. So, sorry, but you definitely sleep more than me. But you get up earlier than me because you do your trading.
Yeah.
And that's only a few days a week. That's not every day. So.
Whatever.
I would say when you could sleep in, this kid can sleep for 10, 12 hours.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have anything to get up for. But otherwise, you know,
like 6.
like 7, 6. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to get 8.
Who throws the most tantrums? I wouldn't call it tantrums, but
what movie?
I definitely have some bigger standards than Brian.
Oh, shut up! All right, what movie does your mother-in-law remind you of?
Your mom?
Yeah. What? And I'm gonna think of what.
Fuck. I know what my mom reminds me of. Your mom. What does she remind me of?
What movie?
I don't know. Your mom, and I mean this with all respect, because I love your mom. Your mom gives me the same energy that my grandmother did, my dad's mom.
Yes, that's fine.
She has a very like nurturing.
Yeah. So think of a movie like that.
I know, but I don't know. I used to watch The Sound of Music with my grandma. Like that was our movie, but I've never like thought of a movie that reminded me of your mom. Definitely something from like, I don't know, the 70s. Like I don't know.
Well, let me see what movie.
What would remind you of your mom?
My mom?
Yeah. What movie?
I don't know.
Like Footloose or something? I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, Big. The one with Tom Hanks.
Shark movie?
No, when Tom Hanks, he's a kid and then he becomes an adult overnight.
Okay, that's fun.
I think she likes that movie a lot.
Okay.
What about me for your mom? What would I choose for a movie for your mom? Shit, I don't want to say anything.
No, I want you to say something.
I
know what movie reminds me of my mom.
Movie or show?
Okay, choose a show. Don't you dare. You're going to say like a reality show like The Housewives of...
Nah, I wasn't going to say Housewives. I was going to say like Jersey Shore. Sorry.
My mom reminds me... That's fine. It's funny. My mom would laugh. My mom reminds me of Halle Berry in that movie Babs.
I've never seen it.
That's my mom.
So now all you guys should watch that.
Exaggerated. That's a great movie.
All right.
I can watch that movie like
I've never seen it. I'll probably watch it. Who apologizes first after a fight? Me.
Brian definitely apologizes first because he is usually the reason we
get out of here. That's not true.
I would say 8 out of 10 arguments are definitely something that you aren't thinking about before you say or act upon. And then I'm like, bro, like it would take 2 brain cells to like prevent this from happening.
Whatever. Wait, which movie character? Hold on. No, that's fine.
What song? Do you have a favorite?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, out of our kids? Yeah, Max.
Yeah, so just skip on.
He's skipping questions.
Well, because the ones that are
I'm
make
vetting
sense.
them and I'm making sure.
Continue down. Wait, I like the one that was coming.
When was the first time you considered a divorce? What is this for? Divorce?
It's for married couples. Which movie character best describes your spouse?
Goofy, from the Goofy movie.
I could see that. Which movie character best describes her?
Or
Julia
TV
Roberts.
Character, not actor.
Oh, hold on. Stop.
Pop, pop, pop. Intermission. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Would you rather kiss your...
No, who?
I don't know.
Wow. So I don't remind you of any character in a movie or a TV show.
I'm trying to think.
Wow. It's fine.
I can't think of one.
No, it's okay.
Would you rather kiss your wife for $200 or kiss the best looking person you know for $1,000? Well, you are the best looking person I know, so I could get 200 and 1,000.
Wow, look at you. Look at that little brain you got there. Okay, no, but for real, answer the question. Can you wait? You're skipping through a bunch. When did you make up your mind that you wanted to be with me? You can tell me right here.
Honestly, a long time ago, I just was like... I know it sounds like an excuse, but it's hard like to think about that when you're... I'm saying the moment. Like, I knew when I wanted to be with you forever, but it's just like, it's hard when you're like... When you're literally like, when you don't have anything, so you really don't bring that much to the table, like financially, it's hard to be like, yeah, I'm ready to like get in a licensed marriage with this person because I don't have anything financially to like...
We're not married, by the way, but...
Help, like... I was thinking first, like, when I first thought it, when I started doing like trading and other stuff, so like when I said in my head, I'm going to build like a stable thing, that's when I knew I did, but I didn't know how long it was going to take. That's the hard part. And I wasn't communicating with you at all. about what I was going through.
We had this really long talk yesterday, and we both wake up in our own little worlds mentally.
Yeah.
And it's not like we don't try to communicate that to one another, but like it's almost like, for lack of a better word, like we just assume that the other person knows how we're feeling and thinking inside, despite of how we're acting.
But we think so different.
And I literally, it was so funny because I was like, no, like, I don't know what purged it out of me. I felt like I was in a therapy session. Like, something purged it out of me yesterday where I'm just like, no, like, literally, my brain will think blah, 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 blah. And Brian literally paused and looked at me and he's like, what? He's like, I, like, can't even think of two of those thoughts at once. And I'm like, that's how my brain is constantly thinking 10 steps ahead.
Which is,
I know yours is thinking of the next step, which I think is definitely a healthier approach.
Well, I think a balance of both. Because obviously you do want to plan, but then you can't let it overtake everything, because then you won't even take that first step forward the next day.
But I get overwhelmed by the amount that I want to achieve and get done, that I end up just like
it freezes
saying,
you. It mind freezes. It's like a mind
numbing. There's no point
numbing.
in even trying.
Yeah,
because
it numbs your mind.
Yeah,
you can't take it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'll like sometimes be in like I'll feel all that inside of me, and I have a lot of anxiety. And I'll just see Brian staring out the window, just enjoying whatever he's looking at. And then I'll be like, what are you thinking about? And he's like, nothing. And I'm like, no, seriously, like, what are you thinking about? And he's like, no, literally nothing's going on in my brain.
I'm outside.
Like, there's no way. I refuse to accept that. I'm like, no, there has to be something.
Like, the thing is that, like, my problem is I don't find the balance between, like, a longer term picture and then the next day. There's a balance in between that. I think, like, you have the bigger picture, but you don't let that stress you out too much. So you just work on each day as like a stepping stone to get there.
Yeah.
And sometimes I look too close, like, what's my next thing? But then when I start trying to think about multiple things at once, I can't. Like, I'm not able to.
Yeah, no, I'm the opposite. Like, I will think of like the worst case scenario, and I will prepare for it as if it's like a set in stone thing. And I'm like, girl,
but you create scenarios in your head that haven't happened yet.
Absolutely,
and that's what that starts. It gives you.
It influences the way I act.
It brings you the feeling of like what it would feel like if that scenario is actually happening when it's not. So then I think that's a big part of your anxiety.
It 100% is. I mean, I've always had this like really I hate saying the word scarcity mindset, but I could literally get a check tomorrow for $20,000, $30,000 in the mail and be like, here, it's tax free, do whatever you want with it. And I will still be like, okay, but what if blah, blah, blah happens and then all that money's gone? Because I don't understand why I put like certain things on such a pedestal that I let it control my life. Like, I hate that. And a part of me is like, I kind of can see how that came from my childhood, because like my mom has always struggled. She's still to this day struggling financially. And finances aside, she has a lot of like, her and her sisters, they have a lot of mental health issues that are like to the point of where I've had to come to terms that like I can't do anything about it. I could try to help where I can, but that's it. But yeah, there's nothing I can do to fix it. Yeah. And that also was a tough pill for me to swallow, because growing up I used to think, oh, when I'm an adult everything will be better because I can help her with this and that. But it's like, no, like, I genuinely can't help someone who like doesn't know that they have an issue.
Well, they have that similar thing where they create these things in their head.
Oh yeah, they're all hypochondriacs.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, these arguments that they have with each other, they're like so avoidable. Like they're not even there, and then they just like create scenarios like, did she mean this with it because of that? The
amount of times my mom has thought to herself in a random conversation, we'll be talking about literally nothing, and we'll like bring up, do you think so-and-so's mad at me? And I'm like, why would they be mad at you? Yeah. And then she'll just be like, well, because they like didn't respond back to my comment on Facebook. And I'm like a whole nobody fucking cares that much.
But think about it, babe. That's you're.
And they will let that determine. They will literally like have a whole story in their head about something so tiny that they are over analyzing.
Yeah.
And then be like, that is a story, and I'm now gonna act based off the story I just made up in my head about what you are feeling. And it's insane.
It is, babe, but think about it. Maybe that's like
I'm not like that though.
No, I'm not with that. Not with like not with people.
Yeah.
You do that scenario in your head with your own self.
Yeah, I do.
like it's the same thing though. It's the same part of your brain that's doing. It's just not having the social aspect of it where you're talking about other people.
Yeah. So when I see people who genuinely don't deal with like mental health issues, even the slightest bit, like whether it's like anxiety, depression, like I used to think that was not normal. Now I'm like, when I meet someone who doesn't deal with that, I'm like, are you okay? Like, you must be living in some delusion to not have issues. But at the same time, I'm like I would take that over waking up in the morning and already like have my brain fired into like survival mode.
But it's just it's hard also when like when you start to really think about things and you start to realize that pretty much like most of the things that we're taught in this life is kind of a lie, and it's all constructed to just like not benefit us. When you dive into that even more and more, and you just see how it just gets worse and worse, and how everything is pretty much set up for average people to like continue to fail. It's just, I don't see how it wouldn't affect you. I mean, I don't know. Obviously rich people, like, they don't care, but it doesn't affect them, but
it benefits.
Well, yeah, I know, but I just feel like there has to be a way for everyone to benefit, but I don't know.
Or everyone
that's just like me. I guess being too optimistic.
Well, I truly, in my heart, like I believe that everyone could live somewhat of a fruitful life, with some hard work. Now, I'm not saying working your ass to the bone. I think it like if you're contributing a certain part of yourself and time and energy, you should be rewarded. It shouldn't feel like you're giving your whole fucking life for the minimal in return. And that's kind of like what we've built as a society here.
No, I know. We need to teach more that like to work smarter, not harder. That type of thing. We can't
keep teaching things that are going to take away from the top people, because that's just not like...
Or take away jobs.
Exactly. That's not going to be promoted or endorsed or backed by them, you know? And that's what sucks, because it comes back to, I'm sure we've talked about this before, where it just feels like it's us against them, and it's like it shouldn't feel like that. Like, humans, I don't think are here to battle and turn on each other. That's why war genuinely makes zero sense to me. I know why it exists. I know why it happens. I don't believe that it needs to happen. I feel like it's honestly just a waste of time and resources and energy, and like it's degrading. Like, you're literally taking humans and who... Like, I'm very much an empath, and I know it sounds super cringe to, like, say like that, but, like, when I see people, documentaries, or I hear about people's life story, like, I don't think to myself, wow, that's another number for the army. That's another number to be working in this Like, I think to myself, I initially go to, wow, how was their childhood? What was their favorite food as a kid? How was their relationship with their parents? Like, I think about their entire upbringing that brought them to that point, and I see them as a human and as somebody that can contribute something positive to our world, versus go do this and you're just another number if you die. Like, that person has a whole family that is... Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting a little down a rabbit hole here, but...
No, I mean, I get you.
Like, I don't see it as like that. Like...
Yeah.
Like, when I think of, like... Okay, what's going on in Russia and Ukraine, like, I'm not thinking every Russian, because of the way we see Vladimir. Like, I'm not like, every Russian's like Vladimir. Like, I know there's people out there that are fucking just as, like, humble and down to earth and relatable as you and I.
And also don't agree with it.
But, and who don't want to partake in that. Mm-hmm. Granted, there's all types of people everywhere. And same with, like, Ukraine. Like, I don't think everyone's out here, like... what we perceive them as based off what we hear in the news. Like, we're all people, and I truly, truly believe we are supposed to be working together, not against each other. It doesn't make sense to me to work against each other. Like, we are putting so much energy into, like, being superior as a country or whatever the fuck, instead of saying, let's grow as a species.
Yeah.
Like, put that energy into something else. Like,
I mean, yeah, ideally we could push a narrative to think that way, but that wouldn't benefit us.
Like 2% of the people
because
in the world.
Imagine then all of the people on the earth start to agree on a similar message that, like, wait, we have the power.
I don't think that's how it would happen. I truly don't think I think enough people know how much power we have in numbers. But I don't think that if...
It'd be organizing it that would be hard.
Yeah, like, I don't think if 80 to 90% of our species was actually happy and content with their life, that they would be like, you know what? Let's cause chaos to fuck shit up. Like, no. It's just people up here that dictate how everyone below them has to live. Not gets to, has to live their life. Just so they can fucking chill. Just so they can fucking enjoy their destruction.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, it doesn't make sense. It's like, okay, so a tiny percent of people can enjoy their time, their limited time here on Earth. It's at the expense of, like, the masses. Like, I don't know. Sorry, I just went on a whole ramble, but it doesn't make sense to me, the way we've constructed things in this universe, planet, whatever the fuck. Hey, you're skipping through all the questions here.
I know, because just to save on time.
I don't freaking care no, I care, obviously, but, like, if you don't want, if I'm talking too much, just exit. It's fine. Just subscribe, okay? Okay, where did we
let's
share
do number 16.
our first kiss? Where do we share our first kiss?
No, I want you to tell me this. Do you remember the exact scenario?
Yes, I remember. Of course I remember. I was there.
What? Say it.
So, Brian and I met at a club. I hate saying club, so we don't go clubbing, but we were there for a show.
Say a venue.
We were there for a show. We met, blah, blah, blah. I already thought you were cute, and I had already given you my number, so don't sit here and be like, oh, she just used me. But
I didn't say you used me, but yeah.
But it could come off that way. Yeah. Okay. I was with my best friend, and we noticed somebody that I wasn't, like, labeled with, but, like, somebody... He wasn't, like, an ex, but he was somebody I used to talk to, and he was a fucking psychopath. Noticed that this person was there, and he's fairly tall, so he was, like, walking in our direction, and I don't know for sure if he actually, like, saw me or not. But in the heat of the moment, I literally, and this was after, I didn't just grab him out of nowhere. Like, we were already talking, we
But
whatever.
It's the first night we met.
And yeah, I know. And I've never kissed anyone that I pursued, like, on the first time I met them.
That's why I didn't believe you.
That's why you're like, okay, bitch, you're not a virgin.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It would.
You look like I was, like, grabbing your dick and shit. Calm down.
It's still kissing the first time you meet. It's pretty.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so anyway, so, like, as I see him walking, like, he was, like, behind you, because you were facing me, and he was behind you, like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 people, and I was like, holy shit, like, I need to hide. And I was just like, so, like, I literally just, like, I grabbed Brian's arm, and, like, I was like, run. So, like, we ran, right? Mm-hmm. Like, not even far.
Yeah.
And then my friend followed. We were all together. And then I saw him again. I was like, oh, fuck. So then I, like, just grabbed Brian and I, like, kissed him. And that was my way of, like, kind of hiding, I guess, if you will. And then I was like, call me. Bye. It was like some cheesy little Cinderella shit. And then I left, except I didn't leave, like, a shoe or anything. And then my friend and I went home.
When was the time that I rode in the car with you and her?
That was later when we saw, I think, Figure or something.
Oh, yeah, when Fabian went.
Fabian came. Yeah, your German friend came.
Yeah.
But, and then you were so tired. He was German.
He's not German, babe.
Where's he from?
Norway.
Oh, never mind. The couple that we met was German.
Yeah.
Brian would meet foreigners left and right when we lived in Hollywood.
Because they wanted me to get them weed.
And he would just, like, that couple... He literally invited them to our apartment where we live, where we sleep at night.
Babe, these guys...
They were nice, but I'm just
that guy,
saying.
I could tell he was just, like, a nice little German dude who was, like, traveling with his wife.
This is the Texas in him, and I'm from L.A., so I see people, and I don't invite strangers to my home.
I did invite a little homeless kid.
He literally invited a fucking homeless person to come to our apartment
I felt so bad for that kid.
No, he was nice, okay?
Sonny?
Again, he was nice. You have good, like...
Poor kid.
You have good intentions. Homeboy took my skateboard because Brian offered it up to him. At 7 a.m., he came to our apartment.
It was an old skateboard.
It was not an old... Okay, I had it from high school, whatever, but that was like... It was like 4 years old, maybe.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Brian was like,
I'm sorry. I just feel bad.
Okay, who was the first person you told about your partner? Your sister, I'm guessing, because you lived with her at the time.
Yeah.
Me, it was my mom and my brother at the same time, and I told them sooner than I wanted because he was like, you know, you're ashamed of me. You don't want anyone to know about me. And I was like, oh my God. I'm literally gonna have to tell them, even though I don't want to tell them this soon.
I understood
afterwards to prove
afterwards
to him whatever. So I told him together. My mom's like, "Excuse me, no." And my brother's like, let her live, Mom. Why are you skipping these questions? What annoys you the most about your partner? Okay, I have a list somewhere. No, I'm kidding. What annoys you the most about me? Talk. Say it, Brian. Just say it. I'm kidding.
Nothing. You're perfect.
Great, thank you. So it's my turn. No, I'm kidding. No, really. What annoys you the most about me? Don't try to say some cheesy answer like.
I have to say, you get mad too fast.
Do I really?
Yeah.
Mad or annoyed?
You flip too quick.
So I'm bipolar now.
So
now you think I'm bipolar. No. So now I'm Amber Heard. Okay.
You see why you don't answer anything? No, like I think that like you go from like calm to like you get frustrated really quickly.
It depends what mood I'm in, but yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's because I'm gonna be real with you.
It's not just because of me. Don't even.
I literally am like, Brian, we've been together how long?
It doesn't matter.
You know me by now.
It doesn't matter.
So when he acts a certain way in certain situations for whatever reason, I'm like, bro, you know in your gut and your heart and your soul how I'm going to respond by you doing X, Y, and Z, whatever the case may be, based off how many years of being together. Okay? And you know what I mean? And then yes. I'm like, you know how I'm going to respond to that. And yet you still are just like, meh, whatever.
No, that's not what I'm thinking.
I know you're not consciously thinking it, but that to me is almost worse than you doing it on purpose.
I get that.
Because it's like, bro, like, because once upon a time when you were more self-aware when it came to like, not how to respect shit that like I would get annoyed by, but like you were more self-aware. Like you would be like, okay, like I'm not gonna leave a pile of my clothes on the fucking couch for the 300th fucking time. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you were more aware to, but now you're just more used to being like, she'll just complain about it for a minute and then get over it.
No.
And that's how true. It looks to me, though. And I'm just like, do I just not complain about it and let, like, these things happen and then, like, lower my standards? Because I'm not going to do that.
No, I know. You shouldn't have to.
Or, like, here was something that would bother me. Okay? Brian?
The dishwasher?
Yep.
Yeah. I've been scrubbing that thing.
I know you guys watch commercials with the dishwashers, and you're like, you don't even need to clean it. You don't even need to rinse it. Just throw that sucker. You made lasagna. Who cares? Throw that sucker in there. Guess what? We live in an apartment, okay, where our appliances are as cheap as they're going to fucking allow to pass testing, okay? So when you put something that is grimy AF in our dishwasher, it's only going to cause the filter to get more and more like backed up and stinky and gross, which I can't stand.
Me either.
Or when the dishes are clean, there's still going to be stuff on them. So it's like, would you rather just like wipe it down with a sponge kind of right now, then put it in? Or have to wash it again?
That's what I've been saying.
So there was a good like 6 months where it did not matter how many times I beat this dead horse. This dude was still just like, didn't do it. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, what do I need to speak? What language do I need to speak for it to resonate long term?
I've been scrubbing them off before I put them in now.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying how many like times would I have to tell you?
A lot.
I get repetition like should be a thing, but like it was just to the point where I'm like, okay, so now you're just like purposely not giving a fuck. And yeah, that's my number one pet peeve with Brian is having to repeat myself. That's it comes in all forms and sizes and shapes. And I don't think I always had to do that with you. I think that's why it bothers me most is because I know you have it in you to not be that careless when I ask you, please don't do that.
I know.
But I think also because our place is bigger than any apartment we've had, it takes longer for certain things like that to affect you than they would in a smaller space. So
that is kind of true actually also.
Goddamn. Anyway, stop skipping. You keep skipping like 8 questions each time. What did your partner wear on your first date together?
Oh, God.
Date? We didn't go on like a first date. We just started hanging out, and then all of a sudden we
were like skateboarding and stuff, yeah.
He was wearing shirts that had half-naked bitches on them, making out, just acting a fool. Like that was like there was a whole collection of just Brian t-shirts where you were just like, I'm like, what are you wearing? Are you okay?
I know. I wore one of those to high school, and the PE coach was like, I have a daughter. He's like, go change right now. And I'm like, whatever.
But is this your daughter? No, I'm kidding. I don't remember. Anyway.
Who made the first sexual move?
Sexual? You.
Her.
Kissing is not... Okay, well, if it's kissing me...
It's not that.
But if it's, like, sexual... Then Brian. Obviously. How many times did you and your partner make up and break up?
Once.
We broke up once for what? A few weeks?
Yeah.
Because Brian was out of his mind and he really thought his life was going to be better without me. And then he realized...
I honestly... We talked about that the other day too. Like, a lot. When we were on the couch the other day.
What? Brian and I get into some really deep conversations at night.
Well, we need them. But it's because, like, I don't know. I had a lot going on in my head that I'm really bad at sometimes communicating what's going on in my head. And I was just, like, mentally going through a lot of shit, and I didn't know how to pretty much talk about it or bring it out.
Let's just say life became more than overwhelming for the both of us. And I am very, like, I think about the future. I'm very good at, like, analyzing how situations can be better.
I'm too impulsive. I just act. Like, I act and then think about it later with the consequences.
He's more the type that will be like, this is too much. I don't want to. He would rather just be like, I don't want to deal with it than say, how can I fix this and how can we work on this? But that's how he was back then.
Yeah, I'm not.
This was like 6 years ago now. So, yeah. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
That I feel shitty for that. I was really immature though. Like, I was so immature compared to now.
Yeah, so
like, I was a different person.
This is called growth,
No,
right?
I know. It's just, it was stupid.
It was, but it's okay because you got it out of your system. If you ever do it again, it'll be your last.
I wouldn't want to. I'm very grateful to have you.
Aww.
All right.
I'm grateful to have you.
What hairstyle suits your partner the most?
What hairstyle suits me the most?
I think when you did have it like by your shoulders, it wasn't bad.
So you liked when my hair was shorter? Because I've been thinking about cutting it.
I know you mentioned that. Yeah.
Well, Brian, I made a joke when a long time ago, like, oh, what if I had a pixie cut? And he's like, no.
What's a pixie cut?
The really short hair, like
no.
super short, like Tinkerbell type hair.
Nah.
Yeah, I would never do that because my hair is way too kinky.
I mean, you can do whatever do whatever you want. That's just my opinion. Like, you don't like my head.
I know.
When my head is shaved, she hates it.
Look at me. If I truly was like, no, that would bring me so much confidence. That's what I would love. I would do it. I would say. But Brian, I think his hair, I like when it's longer, but I also like when it's like a little short on the sides and just has like the top, when you can have like a little bit of a wave right there, like just enough, you know?
Yep.
I love you. It's not that I think you look bad with your head shaved. I just think like your face shape is not complimented by that.
Yeah,
it doesn't fit your personality. It doesn't fit like it. It's just not.
It doesn't fit my face.
It's not flattering for you. That's all. And I'm like, well, I know my partner's attractive. Why limit yourself? Anyway. If
your partner could be a celebrity, who would they choose? Phoebe Bridgers.
I don't think I would want to be her, but I would love to meet her. Who would I want to? Well, I have to choose for you. Who would you want to be? Fuck. Do you have the answer in your head or no?
No.
Let me know when you know.
I don't know.
Yes, I know. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Who would you want to be? I don't know who would you want to be.
I don't know either.
You don't idolize
I'd want to be me.
Yeah, like we don't. Brian and I, we are like, we have different tastes, but like, I would never be like, oh, you would love to be that person, because we don't really have like idols to that extent.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the good one.
You're going out of order.
We're coming up on an hour.
What is your partner? Who cares?
What's your partner's bra size?
Negative. That's me.
Stop.
Who was your childhood crush?
I don't know.
Johnny Depp. Daddy Depp.
Childhood crush. I don't know.
Okay. When was the first time you got drunk? I was probably like literally 19, because I'm a fucking loser. No, I'm kidding. Because I'm awesome. How will you describe your first ever kiss? Underwhelming and regretful. What about you? Yeah,
she was like 6 feet tall, and I was like 5 feet because we were in like 7th grade.
Do you believe in miracles?
I guess.
I don't know. I'm kind of indecisive about that.
No, daylight. No, street light.
What one thing will you never change about us?
Our free spirits. that we like. I think both of us have a goal of like wanting to just like travel without a return ticket.
Yeah, I can agree to that. We both just like don't want to
go. Yeah. We just want to go.
We just like to experience things.
Yeah.
And we're not bougie, we're not luxurious, and that doesn't mean like that's not okay. Like that's totally fine. Everyone likes what they like.
Yeah.
But we just like to like experience new things. It keeps novelty is just nice.
And ideally if we can just continuously experience things without having to come back, then that'd be great.
What weird smells do you like? Brian sniffs everything. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad.
I don't know what I like. I just smell everything.
I think everyone can agree to this, as weird as it is. For some reason, the smell of gas, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I don't want perfume that smells like it. But it's funny. When we were kids, my sister used to say like, it smells so good. And I'm like, ew.
I had a friend who would say that too.
I didn't like it. But then I started working at this place, and one of the things there were go-karts. And every now and then I'd be like, I think I get it now.
Yeah.
What superstitions do you believe in?
I believe in life after love.
I don't know if this is considered super. No, really? What do you really believe in, like superstitions? Like, do you believe in knocking on wood? Like, or do you believe in
but
any
I mean, maybe because I do it, but I definitely think I believe in aliens.
Is that a superstition or is that a conspiracy?
I guess you could consider it a superstition. I don't know, but like spirits, maybe I could definitely see that spirits still living in certain areas. Like if someone gets brutally slaughtered in a house, then they probably or their spirits probably there haunting those people.
I don't know if this is a superstition, but like karma, I definitely believe in karma.
Yeah, I would consider that a superstition.
Yeah, and I definitely believe in it more as like it comes when it's supposed to.
Can you inherit karma from your parents? Because I think you
so
have.
Too. No, I said this.
I think you have.
My mom actually told me this, and I was really annoyed that she said it to me based off her actions here and there. Okay, she's like, usually, like her family, like whatever culture, they believe that karma doesn't happen to you; it happens to your kids. And I said, great, because I'm not having kids. But I'm like, damn, mom. What the fuck did you do?
Yeah. You must have fucked over a lot of people.
What did your mom do to you?
Yeah.
Or do in her life. But okay, how compatible do you think our zodiac signs are? I don't know. I don't really think that.
Me either.
I believe in like certain traits of zodiac, but I don't know if I believe that like
the compatibility. Yeah.
I'm a Libra, he's a Pisces. So I don't fucking know. You tell us.
How bad is my morning breath?
Terrible, and especially when you don't floss the night before. Terrible.
Have you ever held in a fart around me?
Around you, no.
You not even when we first started dating? You didn't.
I didn't hold it in.
You didn't want to poop in front of me.
I didn't want to poop. I didn't want to shower. Like
you didn't want to show yourself without makeup either.
I didn't want to show myself without makeup. I didn't want to shower because
Is this what girls really all think about?
I don't think as much anymore as they once did, like when we were younger. I think like Gen Z is definitely normalizing like flaws, whereas our generation didn't normalize flaws. Like you had to look a certain way.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just in my head. I don't fucking know. But I wouldn't even let him see my natural hair. Okay. For whatever reason. Probably because he has Jesus hair. Or I was so insecure. Like, I really thought you would leave me over something so stupid. But, like, looking back, Brian did not give two fucks.
I didn't.
He's like, okay, whatever. Between a priest and a nun, who will you offer a lift?
Neither.
A nun.
I'm just kidding. I would do a nun because I don't want to get molested.
Right. If you have to choose to listen to only one singer throughout this road trip? How long's the road trip?
Doesn't matter.
Holy shit, that's a hard question. Okay, who has music that is like not?
I feel like you're gonna say either Taylor or Phoebe.
I would say Taylor Swift. You're right, because Taylor has like chill
music,
to, like, but she also has
we're on our road
music.
trip. You fucking played like all of her albums.
Well, because it was when the Folklore album came out, and it was great music, and even you like it.
It came out while we were on the road trip, huh?
No, not the big road trip. This was when we were driving to Oregon. That is when the album. That was a couple years ago now.
You're right.
But please don't do that. Ew. You little hole. I would say Taylor. She makes like all different. She literally makes country, pop, like chill. Like she makes a lot of music.
What makes you feel the most alive?
Cocaine. No, I'm kidding. I don't do drugs. I swear I don't do drugs.
When I'm sitting on the toilet.
When I feel alive. When I take a cold. When I take a cold shower.
When I poop, it makes me feel the most alive.
Honestly, I can see that.
I'm kidding.
It's like a rebirth.
Doesn't make me feel alive.
When I take a cold shower, like right when you turn it off, it's like it really wakes.
No, honestly, when I'm playing drums.
Oh yes, I love that. Okay, wait, hold on. Yeah, that's a good one.
But yeah, that's honestly
alive for me. Like, okay, I thought it meant like physically alive, but like to feel like spiritually alive. It's like when we travel and we see like a breathtaking view, and you're just like, why the fuck?
That too.
Okay, what?
If you get stuck in the desert alone, what skills do you think you have to survive?
The desert alone? Literally nothing. Like, kill me.
I'd probably die. What is your idea of a perfect vacation?
Why do we say the word bay?
Vacations are with bay. Are necessary for couples.
Any vacation that I don't have to be home for. That's pretty much it.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
I think we skipped through like maybe a few of them, but I think we're kind of on about an hour.
Some of them have to do about like children. Like we don't have kids. We have a dog.
Which is kind of a
kid. At this point, he takes care of us. So, no kidding.
Cool.
Great job. Anyway, it is... Oh my god, you're so disgusting.
Cool. We did an hour and a minute.
Look at us, guys.
Look at my arm jiggle. All right.
My arm don't jiggle. Oh, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like the TikToks where they're like, this is how celebrities wave. And then like, I thought it was goofy, but then like someone made a good point. They're like, well, look at the arm like this versus if they go like this, it like jiggles their arm.
I mean, it makes sense.
And like,
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I didn't think about it either until somebody.
Do you remember? Did you ever sit where you can clap with one hand? You hear that?
How do you do that? How do you do that? That reminds me of when you would get the pen and you go like.
Oh yeah.
And it would look like it was
guys,
like rubber.
Should I release my secret?
Release the secret.
I can lick my elbow.
Do it.
You've seen it.
I don't think I have.
Shut up.
I believe you. It's something you would do. Wow. That's a thumbnail.
Boom.
Just kidding. High five. You have talent. That would save you being in a desert. Good job.
I could lick my elbow.
Lick your elbow.
All right, guys. We're going to sign out today. Loners are saying peace out. And, you know the drill.
Subscribe. Hit that dang red button.
Subscribe. Subscribe.
Are you okay?
No.
Every time we're the intro and then like the closing, it's like something tests over you.
I got to bring the ruckus. All right. Peace.
Goodbye.